of perceived value that places us on the top and other life forms on the bottom, or even us on the bottom. Our sense of self and community is also intertwined with other life forms. The more people become aware of the infinite between their consciousness and the consciousness of the many forms around them, the more they feel their own sense of self enlarged and their lives enriched by a sense of belonging to a great mystery. We are diminished as individuals and a society when we exclude species from our circle, whether they be alien, insect, or etheric, from communicating because of fears, which when magnified by our collective assumptions. Perhaps we have not included these other life forms in our circle of community because we are reluctant to accord them as consciousness. We have only begun to recognize our own consciousness and its influence on our lives, that some kind of universal consciousness is at work at every level of reality, informing and directing it, is a radical idea and promises to change every area of our lives, including our interactions with other species. We might dare to ask, how do we hold and heal these misunderstood, mistreated, and hated aspects of ourselves? Within us is a longing for wholeness, a longing for our true nature, and an impulse to move toward it. Psychologists tell us we can only inhabit that nature more fully through knowledge, love, and reclamation of the missing parts. How many then are we in conflict with? How many parts of ourselves have we condemned to hell? And at what point do we see their appearance not as something unpleasant to deal with, but as a remarkable opportunity to stop our inner war and make peace? Every single creature is full of God and is a book about God. Viewing every life form as a divine textbook and part of our human curriculum provides us with a lifelong course of study and contemplation, leading towards health and wholeness. Simply paying attention to those that command our attention and applying their strategies for living to circumstances, we begin the learning, inner knowing, and freedom process. While I was writing this article, someone emailed me the following letter in response to my talks about the Illuminati. I feel it most appropriate to share with you. The quote is from a person claiming to be in the Illuminati, calling himself the Hidden Hand. He originally posted this in a website, and the link is above top secret. You can go to my website for the link on it. It's called Evil is for Your Own Good, i.e. evil is good. I myself do not think it is good. I think we create and amplify it so it takes on a life of its own that we are not aware of, and then becomes our self-destructive nature. Hidden Hand says the Illuminati creates war, hatred, greed, control, enslavement, genocide, torture, moral degradation, prostitution, drugs, all these things and more for our own good. In all these negative things, we are providing you with tools, but you do not see it. It is not what we do, but how you react to it. That is important. With my own personal experience, I have found this to be true. These things do shape me if I do not allow myself to be jaded by it. They say, we give you tools. You have the free will, the choice on how you will use them. You have to take responsibility. There is only one of us here. And I underline this. Understand that you will, there's only one of us here. Understand that and you will understand the game. And you shall be free. And we will not be able to touch you. Bingo, confirmation. Understand that we have to be negative. That's what we're sent here to be. It is our contract in the script. We are the villain. And it has always been to help you by providing the catalyst. I spoke of earlier, being negative is very hard for us. Not on a physical level. The characters we play enjoy our role as we're programmed that way. But on a spiritual level, it is hard. We surpassed the lowly negative vibration eons ago. We are light and we are love. It is a very hard thing for us to do spiritually, to create all this negativity. But we do it because we love you, and it is for your highest good ultimately. You could say that it is our sacrifice that we have made in order to be of service to the one infinite Creator and to you, our beloved brothers and sisters in the One. That's all they wrote. And one other interesting thing to bring up is that we are focusing on understanding the enemy of the dark hats. But what about them also wearing the white hats that use love and light words to bend for their own agenda? This may come from our savior complex, in which we are waiting for some being to come and save us from ourselves. Will this not remove our responsibility? How would we learn? What kind of parent would you be if you always cleaned up our kids' mess, rather than saying, you got yourself into this and you can get yourself out of it? I have more faith in you than you have in yourself. We were brought to earth to heal it. You were seeded from the stars, and you may want to come home, but instead you are here to become home. Bring home or heaven to earth. It is all within us, all along. We hear this frequently, but how many of us actually do the soul archaeology to discover this firsthand? Must it always be some disaster that we stumble across our X-Men superpower abilities? Or is it our natural birthright abilities? Carrie Cassidy from Project Camelot asked me, I do not get it, Jess. If we are from the future, why did we wait so long to get in touch with this? In touch with us. It feels so last minute and rushed. This is what came to me for a response. I said, when you're making bread, don't you need the right ingredients and the exact amount and the right temperature and a certain amount of time? If either of these things are off and we pull the bread out too early, then it's not ready. And if you wait too long, then it will be burnt. But if you pull it out on the intended time, then the bread has risen to the occasion and it is just right. It has gone through its transformation process. She also advised me to be more scientific when I present my message. So many have gone this route, and I choose not to. I feel that science tends to complicate something very simple. I want my message to be understood by people who may not know science, but they know their heart. I want to have the freedom to express in my own way. And to quote one of my poems called How Many Times Have You Killed Me from watching my brother playing video games? Did you think my veil of amnesia would forever stay? You kill me and I keep coming back. I have many lives in this video game we call life. I have more numbers than you can count. And the player behind my controls is determined to beat this game. No matter how challenging it is, with frustrations, brain teasers, labyrinths, and tricky bosses at the end of every level. You want to play? Let's play. With every death I have learned what not to do. That is a step closer to me understanding the nature of this game and how it works, and how to resurrect the dead of all my brethren of lives they have led. Those are my lives I have lost to this game, but oh, not in vain. So here I am again, ready to face you. I have gotten the message that you are my relative. You are the part of me that is self-destructive. With this realization, I can feel love for you. Forgiveness is about to ensue. That is all I needed to do. Now we have won. It is a tie game. We are one and the same. That's it. Thank you everyone for listening and applying my message. We are cosmic midwives assisting the birth of a new earth, and we are healing our battered and bruised past from all our potential battered and bruised future probabilities. And to quote Jim Law, we are living in the time where we are dissolving illusion. Coming soon, 2012, Part 4. Much love to you all, Jessica. We are the answer to our prayers.